Welcome to CarTorque with Matty J. Another Tuesday night, more car-related topics as per usual. I'm joined in the studio with Alan. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just got done fixing a truck. I was
Fixing a
broken
truck?
down on the side of the road.
Sydney Road, mate.
Yeah, just
Holding
close-
up traffic.
We were.
You were. You're one of those people.
Watch John dig a hole.
This is John Digger Hole, yeah.
Just standing there doing nothing.
That's James. What's going on, James?
Nothing much. How you going?
Not bad, not bad. And we've got Rhys K.
How are you, man?
Been a while, mate, since you've been on the show. But
miss
I missed you too, mate. In a non
Sexual.
way.
I've missed you in a completely sexual way.
Well, there's been good reason to why you haven't been on the show in a while. You've got a new beast.
35-day build, finished.
It's
For now.
It's for now, and we'll get to that very shortly. But yeah, well, I didn't know what exactly happened to the truck. The alternator went, Alan.
So the alternator went, which rendered the batteries flat and all the electrics were gone.
What is it? It's a Hino, right?
Man.
Okay.
And also the air dryer for the compressor that fills up pressure for brakes also started leaking. So there was pretty much just barely not enough pressure to keep going.
And you got it to the spot.
Well, the mechanic fiddled with it a little bit, and yeah, we ended up getting it to the spot. The moment you turned it off, the truck was gone, so we made sure I didn't turn it off.
Just keep it running off. It's always an adventurous afternoon when a car's in, or truck in that matter, is in dire straits, and you need to do some botching to get it there.
Whatever makes it work.
I think we've all been there in that kind of aspect. Now, Rhys, you've got a new beast. You haven't been on in a good month and a bit.
Yep.
And with fair reason too. You're wearing a shirt that says what you bought.
Yep.
Tell the good people of our listeners and of the northern suburbs what you bought.
Bought my dream car, 1995 Toyota Land Cruiser Troop Carrier.
Troop carrier.
The old 1HZ.
75 series, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So these things are a bloody tank. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the old troop carrier.
Yeah.
Like it's like it looks like a fridge. It's
Fridge with a bonnet.
fridge with a bonnet. But yeah, you got it for a good price from a dealer.
I did.
Um,
I've blown out the money exceedingly. Yep.
You've in this short time you've doubled the price of the car, right?
Plus more. Yep.
Plus more
Yep.
on just parts and
Yep.
making it sick.
100
Yeah.
grand under the hood.
Well, dude, you see, he had the overnight pass from Japan.
Of course.
From
Pretty
It is-
close.
it is
pretty
Toyota.
close.
it is Toyota.
2 J's eat real quick.
Real quick, this will decimate. Once you put about 15 grand into it. Crappy Jesse
I
accent.
broke down on the way here, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, that's two.
Wait, what?
My fuel tank has not been working since I got the car.
So what? Because this
It's got double tanks.
It's got dual tanks, yeah.
And so I've just been winging it on the first tank, and the speed I'd clocked over 1,000 kilometres since I filled up last, and then I pulled off Killer Park Drive, went to put it back into first gear, it chugga and it stopped.
No.
So they're quickly sitting there, peak hour traffic, trying to get the crank, nothing happening, hit the dual tank, and then it chick, whoa, there we go, keep going.
You got lucky,
Good
man.
for another 500 Ks.
Because with diesels, when you run them dry, they can be a bit of a pain
They
to
can
start
be.
because they get air in the system. So you might have a bit of trouble with the other tank once you get that one going. But
How big is this tank where you're getting 1,000 kilometres
what?
from it?
See, it's a cruiser, and they got how much does it cost you to
Well,
fill up? It's like $200.
It was, I think it's got about 150 litres on board.
Okay.
That's crazy.
But I could get behind getting 1,000 kilometres there.
Yeah,
I thought you were just getting crazy kind of mileage. Hypermiling it.
hypermile.
Like 5 litres per 100k somehow in a cruiser.
No, I mean it's so good. But we'll have to check up a picture on the Facebook page.
Yep.
Of the beast because
Well, now it's named. It's finally got its name.
Oh, what is
Kungi.
its name?
Kungi,
Oh,
yep.
it's last
The nickname,
name.
yep.
Yeah. He's got the full Outback Australia plate. So it's legit.
Have you already
Outback.
here?
Outback.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go have a look.
It's legit Outback Australian spec Land Cruiser. It is. If you go to the sticks in the middle of like the quarries and crap in the middle of nowhere, you will see what he's driving.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all they drive them and AU Falcons because they just don't die.
Well, this is the greatest one I've seen in about 8 years.
Yeah. Well, you've been looking for a long time.
Yeah, since I was about 15. Every other one you go up, you rub your hand under the inside of the guard and you'll see red dirt in 90% of them.
Yeah, because they've all been out from they've all been gotten from the center of the country pretty
Yep.
much.
All the speedos have ticked over.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't surprise me with the old 180s. But see, a lot of them. See, you either get the ones that have done a bazillion Ks, or you get the ones that haven't done a bazillion Ks, but have been modified and they're not been done properly. Like like crappy aftermarket turbos and stuff like that. Which, I mean, my brother had a 80 series Land Cruiser with the same engine. It was just a factory diesel, and then the previous owner turbocharged it. It went good. But it was like boosting like crazy, and I'm just like I'm like, is this gonna last? He's like, yeah, it'll be alright. It's a cruiser.
Yeah.
So he ended up selling it. I think he kind of regretted selling that one because it was.
I'm trying to convince him to get back into it.
You are, yeah. He frothed yours when he came into work, and so he's like it's a pretty tidy cruiser. But yeah, now. I saw a car on the way here, and I've been starting to see more of them. The new Kia Stinger. Thoughts on them? I reckon I saw it in white. It was in white. I'm not a fan of white cars, but in white it looks black. It's like one of those colours, like for example in the Civic Type R's we talked about a few weeks ago. In the gunmetal grey, that looks epic, but in every other colour looks terrible.
Yeah.
See, I reckon in the red and stuff it doesn't look that great, but in the white, the Kia Stinger looks hot.
I've seen them in white and red, and literally the first time I saw it in person, I was like, that seems like maybe some kind of European car.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what it was. And then I'm like, wait a minute, that's Stinger.
Yeah.
So, it like, seeing it in photos is always one thing, but seeing it in person, I was genuinely, like, impressed.
Yeah. I sat in one. I went to Car Advice's open day, and they had a red one. And, it was a red one. And it was the top of the range 6-cylinder V6 twin turbo. Bloody nice car. And I'm like, what else would you spend for 60 grand that'd be as good as that? Like, I mean, Focus RS comes to mind, Golf R, Civic Type R. I mean, but like in sedan wise,
SRT 8.
That'd be my other only other
300C. Yeah.
Otherwise, you could go for like a Rex, but
yeah, I mean, it's not in the
sports sedan, like proper sports sedan style. Yeah.
Like you don't feel as comfortable, taking your grandma to the doctor or something. Like that.
But yeah, dude, I reckon it looks good, and for that money, I would totally rock one. Your dad was going to buy one, James.
Yeah. Well, I think the only reason he didn't because it was like I think just a bit more than the Skoda VRS.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he probably just would have got it because I guess the VRS is another like sports sedan.
Yeah, it is. Similar size too.
Yeah, similar size, and he got the red one because it goes faster.
Everybody knows it goes faster. Ask Rhys. He's got a red SS.
Yeah. What's
faster.
gonna happen to swags? You still gonna have the swags?
I had to build another car because now the swags are starting to have problems. So I have to build another car so I have time to take the swags off the road.
See, is this all in his method of madness? I will go buy another bazillion, spend a crap load of money on another car, which is good because I mean I can't talk. I've got 3 cars, but
because otherwise you have nothing to talk about on the show.
On the show, I'd be lost without my lovely W124, which seems to fall apart.
You got it for free.
I got it for free.
Don't complain.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I got a free car, but Rhys K here. It is sick. Getting back on the Land Cruiser, I'm a big fan of it. I'm still yet to go for.
You have to go for a drive in it.
What colour is it?
You're on top of the world. It's white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why it's a fridge. It looks exactly. like
That's why you call it a fridge.
Fisher and Paykel white.
Fisher and Paykel. It's appliance white, like we sell at work. No, it's definitely cool.
Oh yeah, that's sick. Yeah, I'm looking at the photos.
Took some photos at the front.
It's at the front of the studio.
You know his dad's got one. Gluey's dad, remember?
Oh yeah, now I remember.
But his one was beat. Like,
Yeah,
it was destroyed.
his was white. Now it was kind of like
Rust.
creamy, rusty, ugly.
It's an all sorts that car.
That's because he used it. You know those guys in Crocodile Dundee who were like roo hunting? That's because he used it for that.
Yeah, he's a deer hunt and stuff in it.
Yeah, he put like dead deers on the roof rack.
It's nuts.
So, from the looks of how you set up yours, it seems you actually do take it on adventures.
No roo hunting.
Yet to.
But at least
But
you
it's
plan on
going to
making
be
your
planned-
adventuring car.
Yes.
So would you daily it too, or no?
I have to daily it at the moment because the SS needs a new steering pump and new rack. And then it needs to be tuned a little bit more. And it needs a cam.
It's a cab. Oh, it just needs one.
I'm single now, so I don't have anyone to complain to about the money side of things. Now it's just I can do what I want. But it will be a daily for a while.
As long as you don't drive it like it's always a thing. You see a P platter in a turbo diesel full drive, just driving like a maniac, and it's going nowhere. It's just a lot of noise, and a lot of smoke, and you just as long as you're not doing that.
Well, this thing is no smoke, no turbo, full license, and it goes all right.
I can respect that. I can respect
well,
that.
dude, see, my main gripe with those cars, what you were mentioning, and a friend of the show, Tara, is a prime example of this. Bought $60,000 to $80,000, you know, Ranger or Hilux or Amarok, you know, Navara, jacked up. Okay, his one's not jacked up yet, but like they're all jacked up, massive lights. Do you think it's ever been set foot off road?
No.
It's never seen a gravel road, like, let alone.
Closest is like the airport lookout area. That's the closest it's gone to off roading.
I need to get over that speed hump.
Yeah, there are a lot of little potholes there, man. You got to be careful. Got to take the four-wheel drive in. Put it in the 4x4 lock.
Dude, I'll take my Typhoon over there, all right? Look, we're going to go to our first break of the night. We're going to come back. We're going to come back with Rhys K telling us what future mods he's going to do to it, because you know, next step. And then we're going to get to a car that I drove, and I'm going to say it shocked me, and I think it is the future. And it's from me as a car guy saying this. We'll be right back after this. You're back on CarTorque with Matty J. That was the Aston Shuffle with their new track called Alpha Love, featuring Alex Mills. So we always like to play good, you know, bit of Aussie music on community radio. Now, future plans for the Troopy. I know you've dropped a lot of coin, but future plans. So because it's already been lifted and stuff.
Yep.
It's got a 2-inch setup during the break.
Yeah, just 2-inch 33s.
What is next for the Troopy? And then, you know, because you're planning on taking this around Australia.
Yes.
So
The big picture, I'd say like the month plan is lockers front and rear.
they're expensive,
They're about $700 each.
but to get them installed.
I have to do them.
Yeah,
I can't let anyone wire my car, bro. If I find a problem, I have to rewire it all myself. So I might as well just tinker with it and do it myself. Then after that,
you're gonna get air lockers, right?
yeah.
Yep.
After that, I'd like to take it to Queensland and get LU cab to cut a actual roof line into it, which will actually make it a pop top camper.
That'd be pretty cool.
But it keeps the factory actual height of the vehicle.
Yep.
But yeah, a couple of latches and then pops up good 6 foot on an angle, so you got a complete bedroom.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It just makes the roof line a little bit shorter inside the car, but won't need a tent or anything anymore. And you can still get roof racks on top.
Yep.
But that is about $9,000. Fitted, engineered, the whole lot.
Bloody hell.
So that's the dream. I'm talking out UCAV at the moment because I want to go up there, spend a week up there, holiday, and then they'll
do it.
chop it and do everything while they're up there. And then after that, I'd like to rebuild the 1HZ and put a turbo in it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put a turbo on it without rebuilding it because I just...
It's not a fair few Ks on
Yeah.
but like standard 1HZs, they clock over. No.
I met a guy yesterday at a four-wheel drive shop and he's done 1.6 million kilometres on the factory motor.
Never been pulled out.
Never been pulled out.
That's crazy.
He just drives the thing around Australia, laps at a time. He's 70
Bloody hell.
and he's had the thing since new.
I need to get my pension ready. That's so good. Well,
They should use that for an ad for
Toyota.
Yeah. It just
Toyota
keeps
should
going and going and going.
They should give him a car.
Give him a new one.
He'd be like, nah, mate.
No, I'm all right.
Oh, I'll be right, mate. I'll be right.
The new one wouldn't even last 200 Ks. It'd just be like,
The V8 twin turbo, that'd blow real quick.
Mate, it'd blow tyres too, because, you know, V8 twin turbo. It's good to see you got plans, Rhys K. I am impressed with the cruise. I mean, the first time you brought it out, I'm like, this is pretty sick. You've G James up, who's like a hot hatch, like little MPS guy to buy a 4-wheel drive.
James is currently looking at every Land Cruiser under the sun.
He's looking at poo trolls as well.
He is, but I'm trying to get him into cruisers instead.
does he only want one because you've got one?
I don't know. He
Rhys is
reckons
that
he
kind
wants
of
to
guy.
get
Like,
into camping.
he just kind of makes you do what you want to do. Look, I've convinced you for something else though. Come on.
I may have put an offer in for a BA XR6 turbo.
See, Alan. This is. I don't understand.
Alan, you're next.
You're next. I don't know why yet. You haven't bitten the bug yet of us.
I'm still putting the money together.
Next step.
I had a house deposit, and then that house deposit turned into a house on wheels.
Hey, well, you can drive a house. You can drive a car. You can't drive a house. So anyway, look, we better move it on to a car that I drove during the week. Now, I met up with a guy called Rhys. Not you, but
He's got a sick name.
Everyone's got the same. There's 2 Jameses, 2 Rhyses.
It's only one L.
One L.
Well,
He's a unique man.
Well, I don't think I've had. Actually, no, I've had another Matt on the show. But yeah, anyway, I met him at the Car Advice Open Day, and we got talking. Really, really cool guy. He's got good plans for a business for his future. So we're going to bring him on the show in next week or the week after, or whenever it is. Anyway, he's like, oh, you want to catch up? I'm like, yeah, we'll catch up. So he organised a test drive at Tesla, and I was like, ooh,
the Roadster.
Not the Roadster.
Do they still make the Roadster?
I don't think they do anymore. But
The Roadster was like their first big one. What's the new one?
They've got the X and the S, but the one I drove was a 100D, which is the sedan.
Okay.
Anyway, I didn't drive it first. He drove first, but the experience from I don't know. You guys ever walked into a dealership?
Not often.
Yeah. Or
Have you seen me, bro? They know I'm broke. They go to me, that's LS Wags, bro. He's broke. Don't worry about it.
Well, what's the vibe you get from when walking into a normal dealer?
For me personally, is he's not here to buy anything. Let's just walk along.
Well, see, you either get that, or as soon as you look at a car, they're pushy. Here, it was the weirdest experience of my life. Like, I walked in, and actually, we went through the wrong entrance. We went into the service department, and we're like, "Oh crap, is this the entrance into the showroom?" They're like, "No, it's the other way." But the guys were like, "No, just come through. We'll guide you through." Usually, when you walk into into the service department, they're like, "Piss off, mate! Get around the other way." They're like, "Yeah." We walked through, and we're like, "Hi, you guys must be this." We're like, "Well, we organised test drive at 1 o'clock." I'm like, yeah, that's fine. They just took our licenses, and they said, oh, look, you're covered for under Tesla warranty, under Tesla insurance, and they're like, yeah. So this is what you're going to be driving today. These are the range of cars that we sell. But what freaked me out the most was when you walked in. When you walked in, you could see they had like an exploded version of the
like a cross section.
It was just the chassis and the 2 motors of the car, and obviously the wheels and brakes and suspension.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to them. There's just one motor at the front.
There's 2 moving parts. I think I heard somewhere.
So what I found out, because I didn't really research much into it, because I just spontaneously put on the spot, like, we'll give it to a test driving Tesla. I'm like, okay. Was that the D in, like, for example, like 100D means dual motor.
Yeah.
So the one we drove was a dual motor, and really, really compact. Anyway, we got talking, and he's like, "Oh, are you interested?" And Rhys was obviously interested, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm looking at buying one for my business, in a little bit of time." But he's like, "I want to just get a feel for it first." He's like, "Yeah, sure." And mind you, this was like a stinking 33-degree day. Hopped in the car, and like just like the whole service experience was lovely. The key fob to get in the car is a mini version of the actual car. So you he showed before we even got into the car. There's all these crazy things that this car can do. It's like you press on the hood twice and unlocks, and like the door handles like pop out like that. You get to he's like but the best part about it is like as soon as you get to like a Tesla supercharger.
Yeah.
As soon as you take the charger off the thing, the flap opens up.
Oh, so it knows.
It's got like
it's hungry.
It's got like a yeah.
Feed me.
It's got like a wireless like opener, and just like and just so it's ready. It's crazy.
Cool. The future is now,
dude. Like I'm like, as you know, I'm a diehard like
we've talked about it on the show before,
but I didn't think I would actually get the chance to do this, and so I sat in the car. I was in the back for the first time because we split halfway, and we got Jamesy. Rourke walking into the studio. James squared. So James, formerly from Established.
Hey, Cousin
James.
Hey,
What's going on, mate? We're talking Teslas.
Teslas, eh?
Yeah. So anyway, I sat in the car, and basically, on your phone you can do like what's called summon. So you can like make the car come to you, or like move it to go forward, or move it to go back. So we haven't even left the parking lot yet, and this car is just blowing my mind. Like I'm like, holy crap, this is like legit the coolest car ever. Okay, look, if you have a look at the car, like the build quality wasn't as good as like other like Mercs and stuff of the price range, but for the amount of tech you get, you wouldn't buy a 5 Series or an E-Class. You'd buy a Tesla.
Yeah.
Because for that money, you're not getting like into an AMG or an or an M car. You're only getting like a crappy base model of those cars. So,
but the 100D is like they're trying to. That's a medium range car, I think.
Yeah. So they had the 75, the 100, the one. So I think it's the 150, and then they got like the ludicrous the P150D, which is performance.
The sports,
which is the one that does like 2.7 seconds to 100. It's nuts. Anyway, we get in it, and he's like, "Oh, we'll turn the aircon on," and it's just so weird not hearing like the clutch fan on a car turn on, like when you get the aircon, it starts blowing cold air. It's like the cool thing about it in your app on your phone, you can set before you even get to the car, you can put your aircon on, so it's ready to go for you when you get there. And as I said, we haven't even left the car park at this point. I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, this thing's insane. We're driving out, and it's the most eeriest feeling ever. Like it's just It's just,
oh my god, everyone's here tonight.
Dude,
jumping on board the Millennium Falcon, are we?
After the Tesla bit, I'll jump out and I'll get Rhys back in.
It's all good.
I just like Tesla. Tesla's got the right idea, I think.
They do.
If electric cars are the future, like they're the ones who are going about it the right way.
They are. And
you're a sellout.
I know.
You sell it. I had respect for you.
Dude, the whole time I'm speaking in my mind, I'm like, Matt, you're a combustion guy. This you shouldn't be liking this thing.
The only thing going through your head should be E85 and E100.
But yeah, we start driving out. Notice the controls are on the left hand side, but it's really cool. Anyway, I'm in the backseat first, and he's showing some of the features. And the cool thing about it comes with a SIM card that's paid for automatically. So you've got unlimited streaming, unlimited everything. So it comes with the car. It's part of the car. So for example, for the life of the car, you just constantly like we're just using Spotify. So it's like it won't charge you because you're paying for it. You're paying for the car.
That's cool.
You're paying for it with the car. So he's like, what's this?
It's a laptop, it's a phone, it's a car.
Yeah, it's everything. Like he's like, press a button on steering, and so it was like, play some AC/DC, and like all AC/DC comes up, and it was nuts. It was freaking awesome.
AC/DC, that's a good choice for Tesla.
It is, right? Yeah. Completely opposite.
No, Tesla came up with AC/DC. That's not the band, the electrical current.
Actually,
that was
yes.
Yeah.
I got that.
I was going to say, instead of highway to hell, you're on the highway to heaven.
Yeah, with one of those. But like, no, it's the reason why I say about like it's because like they listen like they drive V8 and stuff. Yeah. That's an AC/DC. But yeah, my turn to drive. Turning circle was a bit weird. But the steering was super light, so I had to. I'm like, I didn't like that at all. So like, he's like, oh, just change it. So I pressed the button and then like it firmed it up. You can raise the suspension like on the go. So like, but he's like, watch this. Well, we got to a road and the road was bumpy, and he's like, if you put in your map automatically, the car knows where you are, so it raises the suspension up. So like before you even got there,
so you can go off road.
No, just to get over those bumps, like
okay.
Because there was crappy set of road. I'm like, the car does it all automatically. Like didn't press anything. Then he's like, you can give it to it. I gave it a launch. Bloody hell. It's one of the fastest things I've been in. Like legit.
Faster than your phone.
It craps all over it. Like I'm not gonna lie. It's just torque, man. Like there's no gear. Not waiting for boost. Not waiting for power. It's just torque. Like I don't know if you guys ever been to the electric go-karts, but it's kind of like that feeling. You just put your foot down and you're in your seat, and by the time you're looking at you look down and look up, you're doing like 100 like that. So. Really surprised me how powerful and fast they were.
So what Matt's saying is he's been compromised. Next week on It's CarTorque with Alan.
Well,
it's now become a shill for the electric companies.
Well, dude,
this is the future. We've talked about this.
No, E100 is the future. Never let that combustion go.
Well, he's sponsored by AGL. What do you want to do?
Please. Look, the reason I'm saying this is because I didn't expect it to be as good as it was.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be pretty lame.
Yeah.
And for the first kilometer I drove it, I'm like, this doesn't feel weird. This feels completely weird. Not having any noise, not having anything. But then you kind of like after that first K, my mind got it's just like driving a normal car. But yeah, it just surprised me at the rate of speed and the way it picks up is just it's unreal. And the range, you get like 680 k's out of it.
Yeah.
And if you want to drive from here to Sydney, like we're talking in the car, I think theoretically you're going to stop for half an hour anyway to have lunch.
Yeah.
So and it takes half an hour to fill it from empty.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the same thing. You can get anywhere in Australia with that car. Like it's except across the Nullarbor, which they haven't done yet.
I don't think it'll like the corrugation between Cooper Pedy and Uluru, mate. That's what the 1HZ's for.
It's what that's what the Land Cruiser. It's because it cruises land. But yeah, no, it was really different experience.
So can it charge back to full within half an hour?
Yes.
Yeah, but I think
that's what freaked me out.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but there are different. There's like the normal charging station, which takes longer, but then there's like the
quick charge.
The quick charge, which is like industrial strength.
Well, I don't want to name drop here, but one of Australia's biggest retailers that we may also do some work for from time to time actually are partnered with Tesla, and those charging stations are coming to that workplace.
They are.
You heard it here first, folks. These guys are shills.
They've got one at their new store.
They do, in Penrith.
Penrith, yeah.
Why can't we get 85 at the store, mate? Seriously? You watch how much our sales will increase.
Spending would go up too. Come on, mate.
No, but look, during the time in the car, he flicked it to regenerative braking. So that means the engine brakes for you, yeah? And he's like to me, you don't have to change brakes or brake pads on this car for 100,000 kilometres.
The only thing I think you have to change is tyres. And that's it.
So I'm like to him, so what do you get serviced?
That's what I was going to say. What's the life on the batteries?
The batteries, so for example, the car gets an 8-year unlimited kilometre warranty. So you can drive it 3 million kilometres and they will cover you for every bit of that car. He's like to me that consumables are every 100,000 you need discs and pads. But he's like brakes. I'm like then but he's like you got to get it serviced everything. I'm like, but what do you get serviced? He's like, it's just a general check over. It's like a cap price thing. I'm like, okay, but he's like to me, where we're better is that you don't have to. There's no oil to replace. He's like, all you got to do is just top up your washer fluid and change your tires every so often, and you're sweet. Sorry.
Does it have diffs?
No, man. It's just the two motors. Like I saw the exploded version. It was crazy. It was just it's so simple yet it works.
So what you're trying to say is they've taken the man from the shed and they've put him on the couch.
Pretty much.
Because there's nothing for him to actually do. There's no time for him to get away from the missus. What's he supposed to do? Call helpline.
Strip the Tesla and go drag racing.
What? Did you see the guy in 1320 video that did that? He was like, he was like, I think it might have been Cash Days or something, and he went up to a street meet and for cash, one after the other, just killing him like in ludicrous mode. He stripped out the Tesla. And he was like beating like turbocharged V8s and everything that came on the street. He didn't lose once. And like he's like, I better go before they all bash me because like they were getting pissed. Like these guys in the States were like going to kill him. So he's like walked out with like tons of cash. I'm like, this just paid for a new set of tires of the Tesla. But yeah, it surprised me that the batteries were all covered under the warranty, I believe. And it was really cool. He's like to me, well, we don't really push for sales. So like we
yeah. They
weren't calling me like the next day like other companies.
They're starting off because it's a new technology and they're still working it out. They're starting off with like higher price range and less numbers of units, and then they're pushing for lower price but higher number of units.
But you see, James, there's a lot of cars out there, and then they've got the Model 3 coming.
Yeah, no, but like slowly, it's going to be like they're going to be affordable prices for lower class
people that can afford it like us.
Yeah, but the number of units they manufacture is going to be a lot more so more people can get them. So do you know what I mean? Like they're starting off higher price range now. Because the technology they're still developing. Yeah. But what they're doing is like so upper class people can buy them and whatever, and they're basically the early adopters of the iPhone, these people who buy them now, so that in 10, 20 years time everyone will be driving them and everyone can afford them. Does that make sense?
But do you think, this is the question, and we've had this question before, do you think they will be driving them? Like there'll be a lot, I mean there's crap loads on the road already. But do you think us in this room will be driving a Tesla in like 10, 15, 20 years?
I refuse to buy one.
You guys are the hardcore motorheads. Like I'm on board with what Tesla's doing.
I am a hardcore motorhead, James, but this completely changed my mind after driving, because I thought it'd drive terrible. I didn't expect it to drive as good as it did. It drove like a normal car. It was crazy.
Can I butt in here a second? So Tesla, what they're doing at the moment is also machine learning or deep learning for AI, for like selfless driving cars.
I've got to get to that bit. I actually did it. It's crazy.
So the end goal here is that it learns how you drive, and then they've got a network of cars, or a network like artificial intelligence, that they can then implement. So then when it comes to full-time, which is I think stage 4, self-driving cars, then that's what we'll be driving, hypothetically.
I think we've had this discussion before.
We've had this discussion before, and as to your question, do you see us, driving Teslas in the future? If it's going to be a car just going A to B, I'm not driving it. It's going to drive itself. And if it's electric, who cares?
Who cares? Yeah.
If it's for pleasure, I probably don't think I'll be driving an electric car.
Not for pleasure.
But I think
it's a geek's night. It's a geek's paradise.
Yeah, but I think one episode where we talked about this, it's like everything will be self-driving and electric, but then there will be guys like you who, there will be like dedicated tracks, and there will be like a sort of a niche culture for like
who will
classic...
be defected if they take the petrol car out.
It'll eventually be illegal to drive a self-drive a car.
Yeah,
and that'll probably happen in, I'd say, more like 60 or 80 years.
Yeah,
where you can't drive your own car. It's just completely illegal.
You won't be trusted.
But what I'm saying is like people who are still into cars and all that will still have the ability to work on their cars and race and stuff, but it'll be a smaller, like a
it won't be the market.
What do you call it? Like when they cottage industry. Is that the right word?
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Tesla's going to take over the world. We're not even going to sell tools anymore.
Then we're just going to be living in a matrix in 100 years.
Well, yeah,
and that'll be it.
That's it.
And it'll start all over again.
Well,
if we're living in the matrix, we're already living in a simulation. But then we're going to start our own simulation within a simulation.
If we're living in the matrix, you can drive any car you want and have no effect on the environment or whatever. So that's probably a better case scenario.
Has anyone seen the Keyman?
Oh, the Keymaker.
Yeah, the Keymaker. Has anyone seen him today?
Shotgun being near.
Morpheus, I'm Morpheus.
Look, we're going to get to a quick break. We'll be right.
Because I'm Morpheus. That's stupid.
We'll be right back after this. You're back on Car Talk with Manny J. That was Nero the Thrill Porter Robinson remix. Now, okay, you guys are giving me hell because you think I'm sold out. I haven't sold out. Yeah,
I'm on your side, Manny.
Thanks,
well,
James.
I did hear a few weeks ago he was talking about selling the phone, and now he's test driving Teslas. Come on, what are we doing?
Okay, I'm not going to answer those comments.
Pleading the Fifth Amendment. Yep, innocent until proven guilty.
But it's a scary reality. This is where we're going to end up in like 20 years. And while it was freaking cool and had all the crazy amounts of tech and
it's inevitable.
It's happening, dude. It's happening now, and us car guys, we're a dying breed, and we're gonna get like, there's gonna be less and less of us because my next bit I want to talk about is the autonomous driving, which is what it can do. So we get on the freeway, and he's like, there's like a stalk, you pull it twice forward, and it engages, and it is the weirdest feeling. Not knowing you can get control by it straight away, just putting your hand on and moving the wheel and it'll
the VRS has it. My dad was showing me it just follows. It's not the autonomous. It follows the guy in front.
Adaptive cruise.
Yeah. That one.
And it's got that as well. So like when the car in front of me was braking, I'm like, I had my foot off the brake. I'm like, and it started to slow down. I'm like, this is I shouldn't be happening. But the weirdest part was when it was on the freeway in its lines, driving by itself. It's on the cluster in front of you. There's the car in front of you. It's got like a picture of it, and when it goes blue is when it I can't remember what it did. Was when it goes blue is when the car you're in loses track of the lines so it follows that car. So when the car on the dashboard's blue, it means it's tracking that car.
Yeah. So
it's sometimes when the roads don't have lines, it'll do that. But I'm just like this. I'm like, we're doomed. we're legit doomed. This is where we're going to be in 20 years, and in 80 years, as you guys were saying, it's going to be like illegal to drive a car because it's going to be just too dangerous. But while it is cool and stuff, I mean, I love the art of driving, and I reckon driving is one of the best things you can do. So this is really.
Yeah, automated driving's for people like me who I'm just going from A to B. I don't care. But yeah, for you guys, it's like hell because it's like this is what you love. You love the cruise.
Yeah, well, I love to like
Love the skids.
The skids, bro.
Yeah, you
the
love
trays.
the interaction of driving the car.
Yeah, it's just the fact that it can do this and it can do this now. In 10 years, it's not going to be just in Teslas. Like, other companies have got this technology. And they've had it for a long time, but it's just Tesla's the one that they've bit the bullet. It's like, we're going to release it, and it's out on the road now. But
because Google's got that action going on as well, they're too busy trying to figure out how they can steal your information while they're at it.
So, just a heads up, there's a company called Comma AI, which was Geo Hot, the guy that jailbroke the iPhone.
Okay,
he's a hacker. Anyway, this guy made his own company, and he's literally the rival Tesla. He's made a like $500 kit that you can add on to your Honda at the moment, or Acura in the States, and literally for $550 you can get autonomous driving.
no,
I swear to God. And he's hacked the whole
Not
Honda
insured,
network.
not legal.
No, he's even got insurers behind him in America, and he has an adoption package where you can like buy it for $550. He gives you all the code because it's open source, and he wants other people to work on it, and it's legit. Like it works just as good as Tesla's, if not better.
but giving other people the source code, that can be dangerous.
That
Man.
can be dangerous as hell. The next
Hey?
thing you know, your car's driving off the parking lot like in Fast 8.
Yeah, well, yeah, but so see,
That's what it's going to come to, though.
well, it was a couple of years
Well,
ago.
Snowden-
With
Snowden-
Jeep, you could like some people were hacking into Jeeps and they were like controlling
Yeah.
from the car next to them. Like, I mean,
Like even
it's
Snowden
scary.
said they could take control of your car if they really wanted to, but that's why they need us. So
Yeah,
I still have to use a key to open up the door. They got no chance of getting me, player.
tube carrier. It's got about 2 moving parts. Well, look, mate. I love the tech, and I thought it was awesome. Yeah, like, it's a really really cool car, but I don't know if I'm ready for that reality yet. As a car enthusiast, yeah.
It's still a ways off, but yeah, eventually it's going to happen.
Dude, it's not. It's here. It's
yeah, but like as like for everyone to adopt it, it's still going to be a while. But yeah, like, I mean, I'm loving it, but you guys are like dying.
dude, I loved it at the time. I thought this is pretty damn cool. But it's it left me. I walked out of the car. I'm like, I had a grin on my face. I'm like, yeah, this is a pretty damn cool experience. But it left me feeling hollow because I'm like, okay, this car is the future.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure we talked about this, Alan. I think you were there too. It's like, I can't remember what we equated it to, but it was probably like how people ride horses now.
Yeah.
It's like it'll become for like old muscle cars and older petrol engine
it's
cars.
like a leisure thing.
Yeah. It'll be like you go to a track, like you have a piece of land, or you have sections that you can drive like normally, like how we do now.
Yeah.
But you can't
in the
take a horse
future.
on the freeway, so it'll be a similar situation.
That's the thing. It's like it might be closed off to a certain area, so it might not actually have the same feeling as going for a drive.
I mean, like the whole, like for example, if I go to the valley, somewhere where Rhys is
Originally from.
It's got some great driving roads in there. You know, the best part about it is it's like the experience of being with the car. That is just going to be like, I want to put my hands back behind my head and just enjoy the sights. This is what you're actually driving through the sights and you know, and saying, oh, I'm going to stop here just to have a look. You know, whereas in like an autonomous car, it's just going to be like, okay, this is your destination. I'll take you there.
Yeah, I'll just be playing PlayStation in the back while it gets me to work, and then.
Well, there was like a video on Facebook of like a guy fell asleep in his Tesla on his way to work, and it was just driving him to work.
So that's the dream.
Would
That's
not
the
be
dream.
a bad thing. Imagine being
That's the
pulled
dream,
over,
like-
drunk, cops pulling you over.
I'm not driving the
Matty.
car.
Have you been drinking today, mate?
Matty,
What does it matter?
Did you have to put your hand on the wheel every like thing?
No,
No?
but it comes up on the thing. Must have your hands on the wheel.
So-
But I'm like, I took my hands off a little bit and just watching it move without my hands on
Does
the
it
wheel.
ask you to put it back on every now and then?
No, it didn't.
Because there's this guy in the States that, like, they call it the orange hack. Which guy literally stuck an orange on the wheel. Because apparently in the States where they got this, like, self-driving thing in the Tesla, you have to put your hand on the wheel, like, every 5 minutes.
Okay, well, I'm not too sure because I didn't have my hands off that wheel for that long. I had my hands off the wheel for like 5 seconds at a time because I was too scared to do anything to happen. But it was just it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend to you guys, even though like you just go and test drive one. Like,
They wouldn't let me drive one. Look at me.
mate, they let me. I had like chocolate on my t-shirt because I didn't even know I was going. I was having a chocolate bar on a 35-degree
Matty
day.
J the Bachelor. Come on,
Please,
mate.
Please.
What's the price on one of the Teslas?
So that's the voice of Patrick. He's come in. It's been a while, Patrick. Good to see you.
It's been a long time, yeah.
The one we drove was $150,000. But the one my mate was looking at was a dealer trade-in. It was a couple of years old, $80,000.
See, it's not bad, but look, for $80,000, man, you know, I'd rather buy a 79 Series Land Cruiser.
He's got Rhys on his side.
A dual cab, you know, turbo diesel.
V8 too.
V8. See,
A real car.
You can drive over the Tesla with that.
Autonomous parking, whatever it is, I'll drive over you. Don't worry about it.
Jeez, again, the amount of tech it's got. It's like a tech geek's wet dream. Essentially, is what this car is. Everything. It's in the car. It's there. But would I? Okay, now I've wrote it down here. Would I buy one?
Yes. We can hear in your voice. You will.
I won't buy one. Not yet. Because I just don't. Well, one, I can't afford it. But two, I just feel like car technology as it is, with like the combustion engine, it's at a really, really good point. And and there's some really, really good engines out at the moment that I'd really want to get my hands behind before I get behind a fully electric car. Would I buy one in the future? To like for example, as a daily, just to get me to work and back. That's okay. It costs $20 every time you plug it in. Yeah. So if you plug it in from a house, it's going to cost you $20 from empty to fill it.
Yeah, but you only have to fill it up every 600 Ks.
680 Ks, yeah.
Yeah.
So it depends on the model you get. So for example, the 75 you get like a little bit less range and whatever it is.
Depends on how you drive too, Matty.
Yeah,
I don't think it does with this.
I don't think you'll be doing the driving.
Yeah.
But with that as well, because it's electric, you have the option of generating the electricity any way you want. So if you've got solar panels on your house,
you have to
virtually
grid.
be like a free fill up,
Essentially, you could get a Powerwall, Tesla Powerwall,
or make it yourself.
Exactly.
A bunch of AA rechargeable batteries. Look it up on YouTube.
Can I
the power? Don't give them away to Tesla.
Put a make a lemon battery. Just plug in.
People still try and do that. I don't know.
Got a superchair, man. Plug in the solar panels on the roof.
Nah, just run a hamster on a wheel.
Hamster on a wheel. We're gonna need the RSPCA onto us next. But yeah, honestly, I wouldn't buy one yet for me, just because it's still a bit of a weird experience. I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy it.
When your cord flog's out, your wife will have one. Done. You will buy one of them for her before you buy Focus. I guarantee everyone in this room. I guarantee everyone in this room.
I'm getting my RS. You wait and see.
I will wait and see.
It's happening. Don't worry. I'm going to get my RS. I've said it once. I said it a million times. I'm getting my RS. I'm like to Avini. I'm going to buy an RS. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, I'm going to buy an RS. She refuses to believe that I'm going to buy an RS. I'm going to prove you, Rhys, and her wrong.
She's gonna leave you when you get it.
I know she is. She's like, you're not getting one. I'm like, I am getting one.
It'll be Focus RS and Land Cruisers make guys single.
Yeah, she'll like lock the door on me, and I'll be like sleeping in the RS. That's how bad it's gonna be. We're gonna go to our last break of the night. We'll come back right after this. You're back in CarTorque with Matty J. Still in the studio with the boys, the BOIZ. As lame as that sounds.
1-3 bracket one.
I didn't realize that I was gonna have so many people on the show tonight, it's a real cool experience. But yeah. So we've spoken Teslas, we've spoken Kia Stingers. That's a mad name for a car, though, Stinger. Like, I reckon it's the best new name on the market.
They look cool too.
They do look good. And Rhys is like Snapchatting me right now.
The Tesla looks nice too. I don't think you're talking about how it looks nice.
Yeah, it's not a bad looking car.
Yeah,
like
because the Stinger looks kind of similar. The Tesla and the Stinger kind of look similar.
They do in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's the same size car.
Yeah, same kind of shape, and the Teslas look nice.
I think the most important note we hit on tonight was self-driving cars is going to lead to us being in the Matrix.
It is.
Yes.
Skynet.
See, when I think
We're
of
doomed.
the Stinger, all I can think of is like road spikes.
That's what they call them, a Stinger. Anyway, that's all we got time for on the show tonight. Like and share our Facebook page. I've got the guys laughing in the background. CarTorque, TORQE with Matty J. Give it a like and share. All our previous podcasts are up on there as well. So if you've missed any of our shows, we've got the links to our Shannon Engine page, and we're on iTunes. So if you listen to it on there, subscribe, rate, and review, so we can get higher up on the iTunes rankings. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in,
It's always a pleasure.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
me.
having us.
and thank you, Patrick, in the background over there. I'll see you same time next week. In the meantime, take it easy.
This is professional radio, gentlemen.
That would
And
be
it's front wheel drive.
Scotty, have you got anyone you want to thank?
Just myself.
And now we do the after hours. Dun, dun, dun.
Gentlemen, what would you go for?
Dacia Sandero. Okay, and because it's not a supercar. But it is. It's not.
Automotive perfection comes in the form of two letters, A and U.
Long live my LTD.